Hey yo, you see it, man. We are 2/3. We got 2/3 of the fam here, chilling with CB. I guess Ben. Matter of fact, the other member has called out. I guess he called out.
Third. We'll
You know
call
what I
him
mean?
third for now.
Yeah, you know what I mean. One of
Hey,
three. You know what I
hey, shout
mean?
out to Benny Boondocks, man, who couldn't
Yeah,
make it today.
man. We was at the
But
game. I was there too. I had to fly back. You know what I mean? So I
he
don't know.
maybe he had car lag, not jet lag, but car
I,
lag. He
you
was
know,
he
I
was tired
imagine,
after.
man.
Maybe he celebrated the victory a little bit too hard. You know what I'm saying?
I
Maybe
mean,
we don't
whatever.
know
I
what
guess
they
we
be
make
doing in the
excuses.
Boondocks when you win.
Yeah, man. I guess we make excuses here now, but that's what it is. We gonna hold it down though. We gonna
And
we
coming
gonna
off
hold
a
it down,
dub,
man. CB, you good?
we good. I think it skipped a little bit right there, but I think
All
we
right.
good.
Let's get into this intro, man. We're gonna talk about it.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CB. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right,
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
talk
please.
about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No, let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't
I
appreciate
mean, what did you say?
No.
What are we talking about, son?
Get into it. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
You heard?
That intro song is the best, man. Like, I don't care where you at when you hear that intro song. If you in the car,
You be back there
you
grooving,
you groove into the intro song constantly. I don't care where you at. The intro song grooving. Shout out. That thing jamming. But we coming off a dub, Joe, and you was there.
Absolutely.
Live in the
We
building.
coming off a dub. Me and number 3 was in the building. You know what I mean? CB was at home chilling. You know what I mean? So it was
What was the
live.
atmosphere like?
Let me tell you, it was live, man. It was very, very live. I believe we had a little lightning delay. That delayed the game for a moment. Yeah. But it was live. It was rocking. It wasn't, filled to capacity as you wouldn't expect.
Big stadium.
It was live. It was loud. People saying it was given the 2017 Notre Dame vibe. But I think that was probably louder, but it was loud, man. It
translated.
a nice atmosphere. It really was. How did it look on TV? How did it look on
honestly, bro, it translated. Like, I was tweeting out like, hey, y'all got the rock jumping, because even from the crib, like, you could tell just listening from the broadcast. I mean, 2 early timeouts they had to take because of dealing with the sound. And even the guys on the broadcast mentioned it several times that, like, yo, they turned this place into a hostile atmosphere. Like, it was jumping. And everyone seemed like they knew the assignment. They came out in their orange. Place was dripped orange. I saw a couple of y'all posting your pictures wearing green. I'm a little upset with y'all. How
just wanted to do what you wanted to do, huh?
Everybody, there's always somebody showing up in the white Sean Taylor. It's clean, but the assignment. But for the most part, bro, it sounded like people showed up. They showed out. They was cheering. When the refs was missing calls, you could hear the audible boos from sitting on the couch. Like, you could tell the stadium was jumping, bro. It had that vibe. Like, it felt like, ooh, like something about to happen. You could tell, like, and even when the game started out slow for us, the crowd didn't seem like they turned. It was still loud. It was still, and then Brashard gets that that kickoff return, and it seemed like the roof blew off. It was a really dope atmosphere, even just being at home, like feeling the energy being at home. So I could only imagine, bro. What was that? Was there any other game that you could feel not anywhere after 2017? Because we've been through a bit of a rough patch. Is there any game other than Notre Dame that you feel like we got that kind of energy from the crowd and from the fan base?
It would have all been that year, right? So it would have been
that special
Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, back-to-back weeks, and that's been it since. When North Carolina came in here and rushed for 1,800 yards, it started out a decent atmosphere. Like it was kind of all right in there. But then that happened. But
kind of
that's it. That's it. Like it was really
and
jumping, man.
That's telling in itself, right? Like we keep talking about changing the culture and building something different. Like the fan base is buying in, is what that's telling me, right? Like the fact that people showed out the way they did. But you saw people on Twitter at 8 a.m. just tagging other people. Hey, if you don't got your tickets yet, so and so got tickets. Blah blah blah, got tickets. Hey, come through. Telling everybody where to tailgate at, where to pull up at. I saw people 20 minutes before the game. Hey, if anybody need a ticket, we here. Like it seems that like the energy too in the fan base. What like being in the stand, like who were you sitting next to, and what was that energy like from them and the people around y'all?
Yeah, so I've last week at the opener, I got club level tickets, and now I'm spoiled. Like I don't want to sit
and dining last
anywhere else. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
cool
hilarious.
up there. It's a nice view. But you got Flo in that section. Benny, number 3, and Polk. Polk was with us.
We're not gonna use the nickname.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's a cool atmosphere up there, man. And it's just I enjoy watching it at home, but being there is like a vibe, man. It's like a real vibe, especially when you're winning. And Miami is unique in the fact that the fans have to see a winning product first. Everywhere else, in Blacksburg and Gainesville
and College Station.
Yeah, you can just be mediocre and fans are coming. It doesn't matter. The whole town is shutting down. Miami's like, nah, fam. You got to
other things to do, buddy.
You got to do something before we come.
Other things to do on a Saturday night.
Yeah, man. So let's address the elephant in the room, man. You mentioned earlier that when it got rocky to start out, that you didn't hear any boos, the fans, you didn't hear anything like that. So watching the game, did you have PTSD when we went down and, we fumbled the punt, muffed the punt, the penalties, the early penalties, the early touchdown? Did you think like, yo, this team is it's a wrap? You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all go back to my Twitter. You can go back to my Twitter right now. And I started getting tweets, blah, blah, blah. I said, nah, it's too early. We overcoming adversity. Bro, we know this team, it feel different. It feel different. So when that happened, my first reaction to everybody was, y'all, we gonna respond. I'm telling y'all, we gonna respond. You can tell the body language wasn't the same like last year. The ball just fell the wrong way early for us. Couple weird things happened, the muff punt. But you look at that early coming out that first quarter, it's 10-7, and you thinking, damn, it feel like it's 21-3. Nah, if we just eliminate the little things, we could dog walk. Like it started settling in even before it started happening. Like, hold on. We could not just win, like we could dog walk this team. So I felt like it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. So when we got down early, I was tweeting out, hey, trust the process, respond. That's what we wanted to see from this team this year. Can you respond? Can you overcome adversity, bro? We've been saying it on this podcast for weeks. It was going to happen. You were going to go down 7-0. You were going to go down. You were going to have an early turnover. And this turnover is big because it's the same mistake that cost us last year.
Huge.
Right? So when that happens, it's easy to go, here we go again. It's the same script as last year. And Joe, I told them what you always say. I said 2023 ain't 2022. Forget what happened last year and respond.
Yeah, two totally different teams. And it's very noticeable. Very noticeable, man. Early on, you know, I had wifey with me. She's sitting next to me. She looking at me like, hey, what you thinking? I'm like, man, it's early. It's way too early. I look up. There's probably like, there was probably like 9 minutes left in the first. I'm like, it's way too early. We're not even worried about this right now. And then Brashard, man. Brashard kicked. Oh, that was humongous, man. That was humongous.
Honestly, do you feel like that was the one? Because obviously they get the 1 yard TD rush. They get the field goal. We get the Kobe Young 3 yard touchdown. And that I felt like that wasn't the catalyst, but that was the calm a little bit. That was all right, y'all.
The thing I believe that was huge was the score before the half. I believe that was
the Kobe George 11 yard touchdown with 13 seconds to go. Let me tell you why that's huge, or why I lost it about that. Because I started getting the halftime stream ready. I'm thinking, 59 seconds. We finna hand this thing off a couple times. Because that's how we were last year, right? We happy to be in the game at this point. Let's get to halftime, make some adjustments. Hey, that boy Coach Dawson said, watch this. That boy came out there in the 1 minute offense. No timeouts, Joe. Complete trust in 9. Complete trust in 9. Go get me 3. Around and got a 7.
Yeah.
But for someone like you that you've been preaching, I need to see it. Was that some of the building blocks to get you to go, okay, it is the offense is different. That trust in TVD with 59 seconds to go. All right, go do you. Like for you, how was that second half drive being there live? What was your reactions when we get the ball with about a minute left? Like, what's going through your mind at that time?
Yeah, man. If you're an offensive coordinator and you have a senior in TVD and you can't trust that, then there's no reason to be out there. You know what I mean? Like, you're putting it in. It's not like, I mean, no disrespect to Emory. It's not like a freshman is, the quarterback. You have a senior with plenty of experience. He knows the offense like the back of his hand, man. Let him cook. And Coach Dawson is letting people cook, man. And what's amazing to me, and we'll get into some of the takeaways now. We'll talk about the offense now. We didn't run the ball like I wanted to, like I thought we will be able to, because we discussed some of the keys to the game, or some of the things we discussed was that, we should be able to run the ball on them because of what happened last week, right? That's what we're looking at, right? And we can't do that. So it looks like they sold out. They were going to stop the run at all costs, which is fine. But what impressed me is that we did it another way. That's what good teams can do. If you shut down this, okay, we can go here. Yeah, it's all good. We'll go here. And that's the mark of a good coach and a good system and a good offense, man. A good offense.
How many times last year, bro, did we see them throwing the same stuff against the wall in the second and third quarter? We like, bro, that counter not working.
Stick, man. hoping it
and
sticks.
you started to see they cooked in different ways. All right, let me get Jacoby. And then for the run game, what they did a little bit, and I love it. That's why I like some of these spread offensive guys, these air raid guys. They also understand sometimes at the smaller schools, they don't get the 5-star running back. They don't get the big bell cow. So their running game tends to be short passes.
Screens.
That becomes an extension of the running game.
Yep.
Let Kobe cook in open space. Let Jacoby cook in open space. You start doing that, corner safety's got no option but to cheat up. Yep. And then we saw what we've been wanting to see. Obviously, everyone, week 1, why we not dropping bombs? Why we not dropping bombs? Again, watch this. They came out but I liked how they did it, Joe. I liked how they still didn't abandon the run. We didn't go crazy 5 wide back there and let him, Hawaii throw it 70 times. They still tried to run the football. AJ Allen really didn't get a lot of his carries until later in the game. I'm wondering why. I know Fletch got banged up early, so we couldn't get him going. But Henry Parrish still averaged 5 yards a carry. AJ averaged 4.4, but we were never really consistent, I feel like, on the ground. Another offensive takeaway, Joe, the offensive line. Some of those pockets that TVD had, bro. Some of those pockets were beautiful, man. From watching the game live from your vantage point, how'd the offensive line look to you?
Listen, man, you give me currently at my current age that pocket. I'm gonna go 10 for 17 at least.
Shredding, yeah, bro. You winning a Heisman.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, they kept them clean. And Coach Dawson's screen game is so wicked, man. His screen game is so gorgeous. There was a screen that if it didn't get tipped, it didn't get tipped. The pressure came too quick and TVD couldn't get it to, I felt like it was Parrish. It was a running back screen. If he caught that, there was nobody in front of him, man. Nobody in front of him.
That Jacoby screen, man. He dialed up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the red zone offense, that's another thing. That was a huge takeaway from me, man, because that was an issue, right? Last year. Last year, we beat Texas A&M if we could score in the red zone. You know what I mean? So
could not convert short yardage to save our lives last year.
Man, that man's red zone dial-ups is crazy. Absolutely.
And he's starting to mix personnel a little bit. Riley Williams got out there quite a bit yesterday. Saw some 2 tight end sets. He's starting to cook. He's starting to cook.
Man. Yeah, man. But back to the O-line, man. Phenomenal job. This is probably the most adversity I've seen Francis have. They were doing some things on his side, playing some games on his side. He got a couple of penalties early, but he still did his thing, man. He held his own, man.
Just growing pains. That's like if you got a true freshman quarterback, you're gonna give up a couple of interceptions because it's just gonna happen. Yeah. But not getting down on himself. When you see Jacoby muff that punt, everybody went over to him. Didn't leave him alone by himself. That adversity, bro, that overcoming and being there for each other. TVD said it post game. He said last year the team would have quit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That for him to be that honest too and say that, we all know that. Like we watching the game and we can feel that, but to hear him say that and hear him say like, but you can feel this is a different team. You can feel like I thought we would dominate on the ground, Joe. I thought Fletch, Parrish, Chaney, we about to go crazy. And I'm sure they did too. And then you're not even done with your scripted plays and you're down 10-7. Mm-hmm. And they had to make an adjustment. I think they did really, really well making adjustments. A man that made some adjustments Coach Guidry, Joe.
Let's talk about it.
You want to talk about games and stunts up front?
Let's talk
that
about
man was getting nasty up front with some of them. Whew, like it got to a point where I'm standing this close to my TV. I'm just watching the front four because he was getting wicked. It was loops and stunts, and I was like, oh, this man in his bag. The things he was doing with pressure, bringing guys, dropping guys back, had James everywhere. James Williams balled out of his mind in this game in pursuit against the run and the box and coverage. Jaden Davis has arrived too. You want to talk about a dude who did everything? Quarterback pressures, stuff in the run, forced fumbles, out there in coverage, the cornerback blitzes from Daryl Porter, just the little nastiness from Coach Guidry. As someone who you've been singing his praises on how great he can be with his blitzing and how he schemes up his defense. What were your takeaways from Guidry this week?
Man, they had the young QB running for his life, man. Had the young QB on his back. They had and I give him credit, man. He was tough. He
stood in there.
He stood in there. He was trying to make throws. He was doing all he could do, man. He was tough, but yeah, it was. I just love watching it, man. I love watching a good schemed up defense, man. An aggressive attacking style defense. I feel like later on we kind of took the foot off the pedal, and I didn't like that. But and we had a lot of people got banged up. I
was going to get into that too.
Branson Dean went out.
Najalik was banged up, but he came back in. But Branson Dean was out.
Limping. Najalik
yes,
was limping.
He was. He was limping. He was banged up. He thugged it out, but you could tell he was banged up. On one of the timeouts, actually, they had him come to the sideline, and the camera was just on him. You could see him visibly limping. Mesidor went out, didn't come back. Branson Dean didn't come back. So you had Ruben Bain at defensive tackle a lot in the game, actually. You saw Ruben Bain inside a lot, and then Ruben Bain outside a lot because of Mesidor being out, and also with Najalik being banged up. What you ended up seeing a lot of was Moten, Taylor, Harvey, and Bain. That kind of became your nucleus. And then they would kick Bain inside. But what we like to see though, right, is next man up.
Yeah. Yep.
Next man up came in. Jared Harrison Hunt got more snaps. Next man up. You know, the youngin Josh Horton's still a little too young. We're gonna get him some experience probably this week, and then we can see him probably try to step up and get some snaps too. But that's another thing that we see on this team that we didn't see last year. Mesidor is one of our guys. He's, Cam is the heart and soul of that team, but if we're gonna label a few guys, the heart of that defense, Mesidor is in that conversation. Yeah. Mesidor goes down early in a game when you're down. That's cause to go, oh shit. They didn't. Next guy up. I really enjoyed that.
And number 12 out there balling. People not talking. Jafari is balling out there, man.
In coverage. Joe, did you see him in coverage? Dropping back on a running back?
Yeah, man. He's balling out there, man. I love to see it. Corey Flagg came in, gave some solid minutes in the middle, man. Corey Flagg came
I like how they're using him. They're using him.
Yup. Keontre came in for a little bit. Just love what I see. Let's get props to the secondary, man. You know what I mean? The secondary had a challenge. The corners had a challenge this week. They had a challenge, man. And they stepped up. Of course, the front helps. The pressure helps.
Yes.
But, they stepped up to the challenge, man. Took it and did his thing. Jaden Davis, like you said, man, listen, right? Man, listen. Man.
That's a dog.
Yeah.
It's a grown man.
Yeah. Dogs all over the field, man.
That's a grown man, Joe.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, man.
But what I'd like to see a little bit, I want to see early in the game, some diving, some not some short tackling. I want to see guys breaking down, making these tackles in the open field. They were a lot cleaner after those first couple drives on things like that. But Devontae Brown came in when I think DP2 went out for a little bit. Devontae had to come in, or maybe it was Jaden Davis that went out for a little bit. And Devontae came in. Devontae looked good. Gerald Porter he's looked really good these first 2 weeks. Against the run, too. He's been really aggressive, too. They had him come out on the corner blitz a couple times. In my opinion, if it's not James Williams, the defensive MVP is Jaden Davis. I think he had 8 total tackles, 2 TFLs, the big fumble, a forced fumble, quarterback pressures. He looks like a Tasmanian devil out there. He is just all over the field. But the other big takeaway in the secondary, other than obviously prayers for Cam, Cam is doing okay. If you didn't know, he is doing okay. Thank God. Obviously, we were all scared when it happened, but it's good to know that our leader, the heart and soul of this team, is doing okay, which was the biggest win that we got Saturday is knowing that Cam is good. But his running buddy, James Williams, that young man showed up and showed out. And I thought when we got Guidry, like, I think this is the perfect fit or the perfect guy to get the most out of James's skill set. And I think we're starting to see that on display now.
Yeah, he's taking on that leadership role. You know, him and it's money season. Let's keep it a buck. It's money season for James. Sure. You know what I mean? He keeping it real. He should be out of here this year. You know what I mean? So him and Cam both. It's money season, man. So he's fully healed, it looks like. He's in the role that he's supposed to be in, you know, that we all want to see him in. He's in the box. He's, you know, in the middle hole. He's, you know, hook curl zone. He's in the flat. He's blitzing. Man, listen, that's what's supposed to happen. And again, Coach Guidry is a safeties coach, man. He's a safeties coach. He gonna have them boys balling out, brother. Balling out, man. He's a safety.
If you a safety in the 2024, 2025, 2026 class, you gotta love this defense, dog. Yeah, like Zaquan gotta be watching this tape and being like, yo.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Zay in that thing, man. Yeah, that's dope. So let's talk standouts on both sides of the ball, man. Give me 2 guys on offense and 2 guys on defense that stood out to you.
My 2 on offense. First off, I can't not shout out Jacoby George.
Okay, yeah.
I've been saying he was going to have a breakout game at some point. This was going to be his breakout year. People laughed at me. I tweeted it out on the You Heard page. I got nothing but negative responses in the offseason. 5 catches, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns, the hat trick. Jacoby had his breakout game. We've been wanting to see someone step up on the other side of Young. I think Jacoby is starting to solidify himself. He looks like he really enjoys that screen game, that underneath catch and go. That double move by Isaiah Horton. He had one too, but Horton and him, the way they're running their routes this year, I just want to say shout out to Coach Beard. Because these double moves are nasty. So I got to give a shout out to Jacoby George. And the other guy, got to give a shout out to Tyler Van Dimes. I know it's the easy one. 5 touchdowns. I think he's the first quarterback since Ken Dorsey to do that, which ties Ken Dorsey. I think that's the second most in school history. I think the record is 6 in a game. We've been waiting, right? We've been waiting for Tyler to put his stamp on a game. Is he fully back? Is that shoulder back? Is he sophomore year or freshman year TVD? He came out, and I think he gave us what we wanted to see. Down early. All right. Can't run the football. 9. We need you, bro. And he stepped up big time. Then we see him at the end of the first half, 1 minute offense and complete control. No timeouts. Getting us 6. I like the way we saw 9 respond. Had zip on his ball. Some of the ball placement on these throws was just incredible.
Yes.
So I got to give a shout out to 9 and 3. Absolutely balled. The chemistry between them two is looking really good. On the defensive side, Jaden Davis is just heaven sent. Might be the best pickup we got in the portal, if not Matt Lee. He just looks like he's exactly what we needed in this secondary. That experience, seeing this much football. Yeah, we knew he would be a key piece for this team. We didn't know how. I think we're starting to see how important that pickup was. And then I gotta go James Williams, just because I got the 20 on. I've been wearing the 20 for a minute. I'm just proud of him, bro, because he dealt with a lot last year. He dealt with that injury, playing with the injury. He couldn't play up to his full potential. He sees what everyone says, the news clippings and, not living up to the expectations. And he sets higher expectations for himself than we set for him. So, he had to be feeling that. And to put all that aside, put in the work, come back healthy, and then come out there with a different mindset and being a leader. We're seeing him communicate like we've never seen him communicate on the field, move guys around into the right positions. He's just looking like a leader. He's looking like an all-American safety. Obviously, there's a lot more football to play before he's eligible for that kind of distinction, but he's looking like the kind of all-American safety we knew he could be. What about you? Who are your standouts from the game?
Yeah, man. Offensively, I don't know if this is acceptable, but this is our show, so we could do what the hell we want on here.
Do what we want.
Coach Dawson, man. Calling Coach Dawson, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, he schemed it up this week, man. He schemed it up, brother. And every week it should look different. You know what I mean? Every week it should look different. And this week it looked different. We tried to establish the run early. That wasn't really rocking. Let's pivot. Let's adjust. Keyword, adjust. Let's adjust. Get the ball in the playmaker's hands, man. And beautiful game plan. It's just a beautiful game plan. So Coach Dawson. And then the O-line as a group, man. Again, I think I gave them the same distinction last week. But the O-line as a group, man, they kept TVD upright for the most part. They gave him time to pick and choose and pick the defense apart, man. So that O-line, again, salute to the O-line. Defensively, who did you have? You had the safeties. I'm going to actually go.
And Jaden.
Yeah, I'm going to actually go Leonard Taylor, man. He didn't stuff the stat sheet, no, but several key plays where he penetrated, caused havoc in the backfield, took up double teams, penetrated and stopped the run before it got started, So Leonard Taylor bounced back from a tough opener and had a good game. He had a good game, man. Solid game. It wasn't 3 sacks, 5 tackles. It wasn't that, but he didn't make the tackle, but a lot of times he made the play. You know what I mean? So
that's why everybody else is able to run free. You eating up blocks in the middle, everybody else can run free.
That's right. You took 2 of my guys, so I'm gonna go DP. I'm gonna go DP. Hey. DP had a solid game, cornerback blitzing, coming off that edge, man, solid in coverage. He had they all had tough matchups this week.
And a really good secondary.
Did his thing. Yeah, man. TB did his thing, man. So yeah, those are my guys, man. And real quick,
you know what time it is.
Let's hear from the people at the Caneswear. We went. What'd you put?
there's something. So there was a commit that just happened. Yeah.
All right. My man just.
I know that's your boy. That's why. So if anybody watching this and you wonder why I kept looking to the right, I'm not just ignoring him. There was an announcement that was made for a popular.
We'll talk about it when we come back, man. We'll talk about it when we come back. All right, let's go, man.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at Caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hey, they gotta send us another commercial, man, with the
update. How was it? So this is your second time in the new spot, huh? Because you already
So last week, last week I was down there, man. It was popping. This week it was popping. Like, crazy people in there.
I bet they didn't have nothing orange in that thing by the time they closed it. They shut the lights out Friday. It probably wasn't an orange shirt in the building.
It was crazy, man. But you know, it's Caneswear. That's what they do, man. Great hospitality. You know, Brett and Jeff, man. They look out for us. They look out for everybody. You know, they're running around trying to find different items. If they don't have it in the store, they go to the old spot, see if they have it there. And great. It's just a great atmosphere, man. We all went out to breakfast at Cristobal's Cafe, and then, you know, it's tradition. We just drive over there because it's about 2 minutes away. Yeah, man. Wonderful, man.
Just keep telling me how great this time was. Just keep
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Eventually, you know, you'll get to this side, man, and we ain't gonna tell nobody. You just gotta pop up.
Just gonna pop a NCB. just running from the side.
Yeah, so impact on recruits, man, of this game. So we just had an announcement from a recruit that was a target.
I'm gonna stop dancing on that.
He's not a Cane, but you know, it's kind of expected. I don't think we thought he was coming just now. But again,
wake me up in December. What Joe is alluding to is the 4-star linebacker / safety. Chris Cole has announced his verbal commitment to Georgia. So that just happened. Yeah. They're not going to stop recruiting him. I think they were in on him earlier than everybody else. I think one of his first big offers was Mario. So you're not going to stop recruiting the young man, but you also, you know, Georgia dominant defense the past couple of years. You understand why he would be interested in that team. We just got to continue to do what we do, and that will take care of itself. But to Joe's point, the impact this weekend on recruits. Joe, you was there. You saw that recruiting section. They said about 90 recruits. They said 90 recruits were in the building. Now I know of some.
It was crazy.
And my DMs were very positive from recruits after this weekend. Yeah. Some of them that I was asking how it went, some of them that just hit the DMs and was just like, hey, was just telling me how much fun they had. Guys from the 2024 class, 2025 class, 2026 class. I've spoken to about 15 of them so far, and they're all glowing. They're all excited. The offensive players are all singing Coach Dawson's praises. It's one of the first things you hear from all of them is, man, that offense. You hear the energy. A lot of them were really excited and really, really taken back by the atmosphere at Hard Rock. This kind of game, that kind of atmosphere, them seeing that kind of love from the city. I mean, we couldn't have scripted it any better, bro. You got guys like, we had JoJo in the building, but you got Jeremiah Smith in the building. You got, you know, Judd Anderson, our commits. We got, Derek Plaz. Luke Nickel flew down from Florida, from Georgia. You got our guys that are already committed, surrounded by 60, 70 other uncommitted, recruits.
Mm-hmm.
What's a better recruiting tool for Luke than to look at a receiver and go, hey, that could be me and you when he see that 64-yard bomb from Kobe, right? He can look right to Kobe Howard and go, that's us in a couple years if you slide. You know what I'm saying? Like this, there is no better advertisement than being there live, seeing the energy, feeling the energy, and a defensive player, a safety, watching the game that James and Cam had. You know what I'm saying? An offensive lineman watching the offensive line give TVD all that time. A quarterback watching that quarterback-friendly offense in person. A receiver, what we've been saying, the receivers will like this offense once they see it. They just need to see it.
Yep.
They just watch the Kobe go off of her. They watch it go off of her. You know what I mean? Like that impact is huge. And I'm just speaking on my behalf. I've already heard it from several of them that they were really impressed, especially offensive players, just because I've noticed that I tend to talk to more offensive players because I'm an offensive guy. But a lot of them very excited. I would imagine that energy from that recruiting section was pretty live there in person. I would imagine.
Yeah. Just like the whole building, it was all live. But yeah, so the recruits, especially in Florida, down south, they've all echoed the same things, right? We want to see it.
Yep.
We just want to see Miami win. We just want to see Miami win. And as much as we probably can't stand that sentiment, you know what I mean? It's the truth. They just need to see it. Like Miami is a melting pot. It's regardless of how Miami, the football team, has been for the last 15, 20 years, that the logo is real.
Breaking news. Wade and Charles just committed to Miami.
There was a Cristobal for him. Yeah.
2025 wide receiver Wade and Charles.
Oh, receiver. I'm sorry. Yep. Wade and Charles.
Yes.
Hey. Yeah, that was a Cristobal put in for quite a couple of people.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, we got one.
Let's go. One of the coldest
receivers. You haven't done that review, have you? You haven't done that watch.
I've done an eval on him, but not I haven't done a watch with him yet. I talked to him about doing one. I've actually we have talked about that already. It's yeah.
It's time to get that going, buddy.
Holy cow. That took me by that's what he was talking about today.
Yeah, and I think quite frankly we're expecting a couple more.
I think the floodgates about to open a little bit here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Especially after this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Listen, Miami is Miami, man. The logo still speaks volumes. I mean, we can
say it all the time.
People can hate, well. People can say what they want to say, whatever. The logo still speaks volumes, man. People from South Florida, from Dade, from Broward, from even up north, people from Georgia, Miami still speaks volumes, man. And when, again, we've always said when it gets popping and it gets rolling and it looks like this consistently, brother, it's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be nice.
I don't know if you guys watching has seen Wade and Charles.
Yeah, talk about him. Talk about him.
When I say bad, I'm talking.
Talk about him.
One of the most elite weapons in the 2025 class. Big receiver, big physical, nasty after the catch, runs good routes. 6'2", 185 is how he's listed right now. But we all know 24/7 don't update that constantly. Joe, we got like 1.A1 basically, like literal home run threat no matter what kind of play it is. Dynamic returner, really good with the ball in his hands, elusive. Bro, he is that guy. We've been talking about like, oh, we don't have that guy that can just take a 5-yard and turn it into 70. Wade Charles is that guy, but he's also a complete receiver. He can line up out play X.
You see the offer list: LSU, Florida State, Georgia, Auburn. I mean, you see the offer list.
He's elite. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is elite. There is one more that I like. There's a couple more I'd like to have. Jabari Brady, go ahead, slide.
Boy, listen. I need to hit Steve-O. We need to hit Steve-O, matter of fact.
I do need to hit Steve-O. Yeah, this is probably terrible podcasting by us right now, but but both caught off guard. But again, this is impact on recruits, right? During this actual segment, during us talking about the impact this game could have on recruits, what do we just see? One of the top receivers in the 2025 class saying, "Seen enough. Seen enough. Sign me up." That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hyped. I'm extra hyped. Oh Lord.
Do you expect more? If you had a guess?
Yes. I'm expecting. Yes, I'm expecting more. I wouldn't be shocked. Actually, to be honest, I was a little surprised we didn't get one last night. I thought off the momentum, it would have been a really good idea to if we had one in-house to go ahead and announce, but I would imagine, bro, off this with a lot of recruits that I've talked to, and I never like to ask them where they're going or when they're going. I just asked them like, what's it looking like with Miami? Like, do we have a shot? And they all say the same thing, especially the offensive ones. Like, bro, I just want to see what the offense looks like. Like, I love how everything's looking. I told y'all the reaction I got. I'll read one of these for you. Now I'll leave the player's name out. He said, "Yesterday's win was a step in the right direction. They are grinding in Miami, and it showed with that win. I'm excited for the Canes. Coach Adai had the secondary flying around too. I could see myself playing around for the hometown. I could see myself playing for the hometown team if they keep this up." That is one of the highest rated recruits in the 2025 class.
Is he committed somewhere?
I don't know.
How'd your voice change? How'd your voice change, doggy? I mean, if he's committed, he's committed. We'll see what's going on. And maybe he's a guy who's committed, but he loves Miami. Maybe he's one of those type of guys. You know what I mean? There's a couple guys like that,
Sometimes they just needed to establish a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with DBs, right? Because our DBs all had the relationship with DVD, so it's a little bit different for them now. Their point of contact is different. So that's another thing you hear from a lot of DBs is they're getting to know Coach Adai, and they all are like, he's dope. Like, I really like him, but their point of contact was DVD. So you can start see the momentum swing at DB too, right? Zay Mincy in the past couple of weeks, you hearing, that it's positive for Miami. That's because Coach Adai is he's starting to cook now. He's starting the relationships he just started building months ago are starting to blossom, and they're starting to give flowers now. You know what I'm saying? Joe always stresses that relationship. You got to build it. It don't take from, all right, I talked to Coach Adai once, I'm down. A lot of these young men knew the former coach since they were 6.
Mm-hmm.
He gotta build that same trust because they trusted him. Mm-hmm. So he and they should, because Coach DVD is a great coach and a great mentor. Coach Adai is as well, but they don't know that. So once they get to know Coach Adai, they go, oh, now I see why. Like, yeah, you good. But they got to know him. We're starting to see that at defensive back, at safety. A lot of these recruits are coming around because the relationships that Coach Adai started planning 6, 7, 8 months ago are now starting to blossom.
Yeah. You got to plant them seeds, man. Those seeds.
Ooh, we cooking.
Those seeds and winning culture changes.
I think we're getting another one tonight.
Is it a bat signal or
this is
all right? Let's relax. So listen. again, though, CB. Wake me up in December the other way, because
we got to keep them.
We still have to show up. You know, we still have an ACC to play in. We still have to play North Carolina. We still have to play Clemson. We still have to look a certain way, man. You know, this win doesn't stop anything. You know, we still have to develop. We still have to practice. You know, we still have to play well every single game. We can't play down to our talent, you know, to the talent. So, you know, wake me up in December, man. Still.
Because all these receivers are going to want to see it continue, right? They don't just want to see one big game from Jacoby. They want to see, can he, you know what I'm saying? And then they want to see development.
Yep,
you know what I mean? Like, all right, Ray hasn't gotten on the field yet, but when he starts getting on the field, they want to see the development. How does Ray get his reps? How them reps looking? So we got all these receivers, even Chance, JoJo. We got to continue to prove to them that we can do this, not just against A&M, against everybody else on the schedule as well. They want to see 4 or 5 catches a game from these wideouts being moved around, you know, getting to make an impact on the game as a receiver. They want to see that. We got to continue to show them that, because for every explosive offensive day we have, somebody else recruiting them had an explosive offensive day and they sending them same clips.
Yep.
Hey, yeah, their receivers caught 5. Ours caught 5 too. So we got to keep grinding, keep showing them that we have a receiver-friendly offense that they're going to love.
Absolutely.
This is going to be.
It don't stop.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Okay, all right. So let's close it out a little bit. One last thought. And we'll talk about it, you know, we'll talk about it briefly. What did I want to say? All right. So far, what have we seen, man? 2 weeks in. First game was the opener, obviously, against a decent team. Yesterday was the test, right? A test against what is perceived to be a solid team with great talent. An SEC team. So in the eyes of the public, the SEC is the bar, right? If you play
and a good defensive line, like by all means, they had a good defensive line. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't it's not a bum team. It's a solid team.
Yeah. So what have we seen so far, man? What are you drinking Kool-Aid so far? You love Kool-Aid, man. You love Kool-Aid, man. You probably mix the flavors. You probably get tropical punch.
You know, no flavor of Kool-Aid I like you will drink. I hope you know that.
Probably get the mystery mix. You know what I mean?
Oh, the mystery one's fire. It's the clear one. Never mind. I'm sipping, right?
Okay.
Like I'm sipping.
Do you have a straw? Is it like? Do you have a straw? Or you take it?
I'm
Okay. Okay.
I'm sipping, but I'm keeping my cup close.
Okay.
I'm keeping my cup close. What I have seen so far is a team that will fight. And that's what I asked for this year. I've seen a team that will fight, a team that looks like they believe in each other and in the vision of Mario Cristobal. That's what I've seen so far. A team that has shown fight and a team that looks like they have bought in from the top to the bottom. It looks like guys that have bought in and they believe, which is what I was looking for. And if I can add a second, what I've seen is a man admit when he got it wrong, pivot, and then knock it out of the park. Mario made the wrong hires for his coordinators previously. For whatever reason, I ain't bad-mouthing nobody. It just wasn't a good fit here. It takes a lot to be able to admit, all right, I messed up. Got to pivot because you 1 year in it, and then everybody gets to looking at you. Mario, what you doing? You made a bad decision. He owned up to it. Yes, I did. I did.
Sure.
And I'll fix it. And he did. And he knocked it out of the park. What we've seen so far is the players looking like they've bought in and they're fighting this year. And the coordinating hires were good hires. We were all holding our breaths, hoping so. I think we've been validated as much as you can be validated 2 weeks in. It's still a small sample size, but as much as you can be validated 2 weeks in, I think Mario's validated on those 2 hires now.
So you're seeing buy-in, like
yeah,
Coach Cristobal, he offered the deal, he sold it. He sold it. He's the salesman. He sold it. We're bought in. We're bought in. Okay.
It looks like they bought in, bro.
Okay. So I see the 2023 Miami Hurricanes, man. I see the 2023 Miami Hurricanes. A tough team. A tough-minded team. Tough-minded, more importantly than physically
mental toughness.
Yeah, tough-minded. I see a better front seven on both, a better front on both sides of the ball. And that's how you win games. I see that being built and developed to where it's gonna just keep coming in waves. The O-line is just eventually gonna be the O-line that leans on you. I see 2 energetic coordinators that are young, hungry, and ready. I see a head coach that has loosened up the reins a little bit, man. It appears that he's looking at Coach Dawson like, yo, do you. Go ahead.
Love seeing that.
Score. You know what I mean? I already knew Coach Guidry wasn't with the shits. Coach Guidry coaches with his middle fingers up, man. And I love it. Yeah, man. So we're gonna see. It's a long season, but you know, week 2, week 3 coming up. Bethune, you on the clock, baby.
Come on now. Going into what we've seen quickly, we don't got to get into it too quickly because it's Bethune-Cookman, but you never take nobody lightly. We done learned that goddamn lesson.
You don't play down to the competition,
to nobody. You TCOB, you take care of business.
Yeah.
What is it? Who? What? Maybe not what. Who from maybe the incoming freshmen or some of our reserves do you want to see get some shine this week? Because that's what this game should be about. We ain't taking nobody lightly. We done learn that lesson. But who is it? Who's some of those guys that you want to see get some playing time to get some seasoning out there?
I want to see the backers, man. I want to see Popo. I want to see Malik Bryant. and I want to see Marcellus Pulliam, and I want to see backer Bobby. You know what I mean? I want to see the back. I want to see receiver Robbie.
Brothers.
I want to see Ray. I want to see receiver Robbie. I want to see the Luna brothers. You know I want to see Shimmy Shamar, man.
Oh, gotta see my boy Shamar.
Yeah, man. I want to see those guys, man. So yeah, I want to see Emery. I want to see Jakari, you know.
Yeah, give me Jakari.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Get out there.
I want to see Bruno on the O-line, man. You know what I mean?
Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson.
You want to see a track
Ferrari? That Ferrari in the garage. Let's just run the engine for a little bit. Just take her out the garage.
You have to. You got to run the engine.
You got to run it a little bit.
It'll just conk out. You got to run the engine, man.
Let's let Fletch rest up. You got a little banged up last week. Let's let him rest up. Let's get that Rari out the garage. That's what I want to see. I want to see 24 out there. I want to see Robbie too. I want to see Bobby. Really excited to see Malik Bryant, the whole Bash Brothers squad, Pulliam, Bryant, Popo, Caleb Spencer, because he's not going to get a lot of reps at safety this year. It's just not going to happen. Them boys balling. So it'd be good to see Caleb Spencer get some reps. I want to see Jaden Harris get more reps because I want to see Jaden Harris more in the game plan.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, I can't wait. We can't wait, man. It's time. We got a Thursday game, so you know. We could watch Thursday.
It looks like it
it's definitely gonna be on
be a black jersey game.
I hope not. Don't spin the black jerseys on that. But
no. Is that I wanted green, and I've been tweeting out I wanted us to wear green this week with the white bottoms. But a couple people got back to me and said they think it might be a Miami Night game. I like the Miami Nights game.
Well, whatever. You know, we watch our squad Thursday, and then Saturday, man, we could watch football. You know, watch football all day after our squad, you know, does what they do.
I like that. I like those weeks when we play early and then you can just sit down and enjoy football.
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah. All right, man. So yeah, man. It's on. You know, we coming. We coming. You know what I mean? CB, we up here. Number 3. We'll possibly see number 3 Wednesday. Hopefully we see number 3 Wednesday. You know what I mean?
He used a sick day, which I guess I can't say anything because I use a sick day most weeks. So ain't the only person with close to perfect. Hey, no, Joe's used sick days too. We got terrible attendance here. We have no one calls in on time.
That's y'all, man.
Don't what?
Y'all, man.
Lies. But shout out to Ben. Obviously, he out there in the boonies. Being attacked by a giant dragonfly, or I don't know what they do out there in the boonies in Florida, bro. Fight gators or what they be doing out there? They be fighting gators and making raccoon hats, and I don't know.
Yeah, man. All right, man. It's that you heard, man. We'll see y'all next.
Shout out to Wade and Charles. Welcome to the U.
Salute, Wade. Salute, brother. Hopefully we get more on board. Let's keep it going, man. Peace.